Alrighty folks, welcome back for some more Crackpack on the server here. It's early in the day, it's just me on, which is probably good because there's still some lag issues, and this should mean we'll get a decent recording in with no lag issues. Hey, by the way, I was at the Nether. Oh, and I died again. Got a Wither Skelly Skull and a Blaze Head, so there you go. Last time I think we were just getting ready to craft some machines, and I did craft all of them off camera, and then they've been sitting in a chest ever since. So it's been a few days, and we definitely want to get going with these. Now, before we move upstairs, which is where we're going with these, I'm going to pop you down for a minute. Oh yeah, you're going to use a huge amount of RF, aren't you? Oh well, fine. I was trying to be efficient, and in the end I think I just wasted a bunch of energy. But while that's getting going, well actually let me show you why. So I'm going to need some energy cables, and we're going to start out with these little 640 RF per tick energy conduits from Ender.io. They're the cheapest ones. Well, yeah, basically the cheapest ones, and should be plenty of power for what we need just for basic processing and stuff upstairs. So we're going to need some conduit binder, which I didn't make up. I should have done that. Gravel, sand, and clay. Let's see what we've got here. Gravel. Actually, no, you're down here now. Half a stack of, well, actually, lots of gravel. Not much sand, which I think is up here. Let's go with less than that. And clay. Oh good, we have clay. Alright. Now this stuff is actually pretty darn cheap to make, so we should be able to make a stack of this up really easily. We need to make binding composite. One stack should be plenty for now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's get rid of this, and get rid of the gravel. Oh, and speaking of blocks and things, I made one of these compacting drawers for my cobblestone instead of just a regular barrel. This is interesting because it'll hold up to 16 stacks, but it compacts your gravel, well, it would compact gravel, I guess. Compacts your cobblestone from cobblestone into double compressed and double compressed. So it'll actually hold 16 stacks of double compressed cobble, not 16 stacks of regular cobble. And then when you want something, you just come over and you say, oh, I want cobble. So you right click or left click on cobble and you get one. Or you left click on, there it goes, like, see, told you like. Left click on double compressed cobble and you get one of those, which is, 9 regular. Or you do that one, which is what, 81? Should be 81, right. So it's like 81 stacks in here, and then 16 times that, so whatever. It's actually pretty good for an early storage of that dealy bop. Alright, so we're making up, oh right, we made that up. Now we need to cook it in the alloy smelter, probably? Yes, go cook the binding thing. And I did make double layer capacitors for 2 of the machines, this one and the sag mill down there. Alright, so we'll get that going and start getting some conduit. Obviously right now everything's stuck right around the one and only capacitor I have because, well, I don't have any energy cables. Alright, so we're going to make conductive iron, and we can do this in the induction smelter with iron and redstone for 6,000 RF, or we can do this in the alloy smelter with iron and redstone for 10,000 RF. So it costs twice as much power to, almost twice as much power in the alloy smelter, which is the actual machine from Ender.io, to make this. So whatever. I mean, I'm being a little bit skimpy with the power right now because we just don't have that much. However, I did just burn 48,000 RF just placing this down because that will not retain its inventory or retain its power when I pick it up. I guess what we could do is let's break the capacitor so that it won't suck anything else out of the capacitor. Let's do that. Alright, let's get you and you in here. And that'll take 16 or 6,000 RF each. So that would be 60,000, yeah. Alright, well, we'll just use up all the power in here, and that should be enough to get some stuff going. Let's see, you're at a full stack. Oh, that's right. Because when you cook this, you get 4 of them. That's right. You don't even need a stack of binder composite. You need 16 binder composite to get an entire stack of the conduit binder stuff. Whatever. It's relatively pretty darn cheap is what it is. Okay, let's get our start getting some cables together. If I can click, come on, there we go. And we'll start off with 8 apparently. Really? Oh, you're slow. You need an upgrade, dude. One more, please. Yeah, it's you can put augments in these things. They start out with only 3 slots, but you can upgrade the smelter by adding some invar to it. That'll add an extra slot, and then you can upgrade it 2 more times. And you can get 2 more slots, and you can take these out. So if you don't need, for instance, the redstone control, you don't need this tab to be able to turn it on and off. You can just pull this one out and put something else in there instead and make it process faster. But of course that also makes it take more power. Okay. So you are going to need a bit more power. Let's charge you back up. Are you getting juice now? Yeah. So what do we get? We got 6, about 7 out of that. So one more, yeah. I'll recharge this pretty much fully and then break it again, and that should be just about right for that. And then we won't waste any power, which is super important. Not really that important, but whatever. Okay. Right now it is, because I only have one thing that generates power, and it eats coal and it goes pretty slowly. So these guys will retain their power, and they'll retain their double layer capacitor. So you can just break that. You can use a wrench too. It's a little nice. Oh hey, look, my 1 XP berry bush. Actually, it's concentrated essence berry, but yeah, XP berry bush. Got one of those and just popped it down. I've actually been just going over here every time I go out and kill something. I come over here and fill up my little tanks a little bit, which has been working out just fine. I haven't actually made an enchanter yet, so oh right, you guys don't like to be broken that way. Should have. Here it is. I was gonna say I should have made a wrench. Okay, there's that one. And how are you doing? You're doing fine. Alright, let's go upstairs and start looking at stuff and things. So by the way, I'm in Raven form, in case you're wondering why I'm so short. Because Morpheus, not Morpheus, Morph. Okay, we can make more. Well, do we need more? I've already got 16. Let's leave these in here. I might use that conductive iron for something else. Who knows? Alright, so yeah, it's been a few days and I keep meaning to come on it. I love this little hidey place. You know, I bet I showed that on stream. I don't know if I showed that in the recording. I bet I did. But yeah, anyway, the top floor is these lab blocks, fuzzy panels, and the bottom floor is, well, lab blocks, chisel, or laboratory floor panels. And then in between, we have a place where we can run cables and put storage and extra stuff. Haven't made any more progress up here, but anyway, what I was trying to say is that it's been a few days, and I've been doing a lot of testing on things and doing a bunch of lag busting and trying to help out a little bit, and I just haven't built and done anything at the base since several days ago. So let's start off in a corner. So we're going to have a couple of alright, well, let's start with, no, let's not start with power. Oh boy, let's start by getting rid of some things out of the old inventory here. Good grief. Okay, so we're not going to need, oh. Actually, let's start with a different thing, because this will free up some room. Okay, so I was going to make a new pickaxe, and I thought I would go ahead and do this on camera just to show it off. I don't need that, I need the forge. So I've made a new pickaxe. Oh, and I named it Silky. I'm like, wait, how does it have Silky on it? Right, I made a new pickaxe. It is a cobalt pickaxe head, a paper binding, and an ardite tool rod. The ardite tool rod has a stonebound modifier of 2, so the more it gets, more durability damage it takes, the faster it goes. With just the tool rod modifier, you get stonebound modifier of 0.67 because it's 1 piece out of 3 or something like that. But your base mining speed is 11 because of the cobalt pickaxe head, and then the stonebound bonus maximum is 3.9, almost 4. Now, I was looking at it, and we could actually do like the binding out of ardite, and that would give us a bigger stonebound modifier. But of course, then we would lose the modifier from paper, the writable modifier. And you can make the pickaxe head out of ardite as well, which makes it start slower, but makes it get faster the more damage it takes as well. So anyway, long story short, I went through a bunch of different options and decided this was the best. I mean, I think this has been the best forever, and I feel like in this pack it's pretty much still the best. So good base mining speed, good stonebound bonus, and then once we get it down to like 1 durability, we'll put an RF capacitor on it and stop it from getting repaired, and then we'll get our maximum stonebound bonus. Alright, so we want to make this one Silk Touch, and somebody in some other series just recently tried to apply an emerald. You guys already see it, but tried to apply an emerald in order to make a pickaxe Silk Touch, and that doesn't work. That adds emerald, and emerald adds 50% durability, which you see with the green text right there. So we don't want that. We want Silky Jewel, which takes an emerald. In this, normally it takes an emerald surrounded by silky cloth. In Blood and Bones, oh, did I mention the series? It takes an entire block of emeralds. But at any rate, and these are simple. These are just string and gold or aluminum brass. All right, there we go. Silky Jewel, make you Silk Touch. There we go. And by the way, Silk Touch, if you didn't notice, slows down your mining speed, which sucks, but that's life. So we're going to go from an 11 down to an 8, which is kind of a pain. Does that affect the stonebound bonus? 3.97, 3.97, no. Alright, so we're going to... That's not the one to pull out. That was the one to pull out. We're going to have to do some leveling upon that and add some redstone to it to get it to be a little bit nicer. We're also going to upgrade this guy from dark steel, and it's boosted to mining level cobalt, but we're going to actually put a cobalt pickaxe on it, pickaxe head on it, and what's that going to do for us? It's going to make our durability much worse, but it's got auto repair anyway, so who cares? Wow, that really does make a big difference. What was that? Dark steel. That's a lot of durability for dark steel. It is going to increase our mining speed. Wow, my monitor just blinked black for a second there. So faster mining speed, and our mining level is going to be cobalt. We'll be able to boost that to Manuelin level, which I guess if you place a Manuelin block, you might want at some point. But he's pretty much fully leveled up, except that we'll be able to boost the level. So anyway, there we go. We're going to lose a bunch of durability, but again, with auto repair on it, that's not really a big deal. And I've got a pretty good amount of cobalt now, so we can repair him with cobalt if we need to as well. Oh yeah, I upgraded the hammer finally to osmium. Same kind of thing. I had it at stone, right? Just basic stone, because you got a better stonebound modifier. And it was good. It was actually faster than this one. Once you got it, you know, like halfway broken. But it couldn't break anything except literally stone. So it was getting really annoying. And yeah, I put osmium on, well, I guess everything. Both plates and the head, because it's easy to get. I'm probably going to upgrade this to Ardite, at least the 2 plates to Ardite, and maybe the head as well, because you get amazing stonebound modifier on it when you do that with hammers. Alright, are you done? You're as done as you're going to be. Why do I have energetic alloy? I have no idea. I had a whole bunch of stuff here. Oh, so the other thing I do want to do is upgrade the crossbow, but I want to put an Enderium crossbow limb on it, and can't do that just yet. We will be able to shortly though. So let's get some machines down, because that's part of what we need in order for that to do that upgrade. Yeah, we don't need crossbow right now. We might need those. What else? That's pretty good. Put that away. I'll just throw. Hi. No, not the craft. How did I get the crafting station? Whatever. We're just going to throw you guys in there for the moment. I actually do want the tank. We're going to do a thing with that in a minute. Alright, so one thing... Yeah, we'll come back to that. Alright, I'm thinking, and I may want to move this around a bit later, but we'll see. Typically, you're going to do like sag mill on the left and alloy smelter on the right. And you can configure the output of this to go into the input of that. So if you want to crush some iron and then input to there, you can do that easily. So that's our little Ender IO setup. There will be other stuff we'll add to that, of course. Let's, yeah, I guess we're going to run everything underneath. So let's go ahead and break out some blocks here. And then I think we're going to go ahead and move, do the thermal expansion stuff kind of. I'm trying to decide if I want it like right in the corner or out kind of where the blue blocks are. I think there's going to be too much for that. Let's start here. I love the sound those make. And I may have to put some more stuff over here at some point, I'm not sure. And we're going to need some cables. Okay, energy conduits. Like so. Hello. Hello, game. Game. Uh-oh. Oh, game crashed. Be right back. Okay, let's pop down our pulverizer. A furnace. Again, same thing as this. We're going to pulverize and then input to that, probably. Magma crucible and fluid transposer are sort of the same thing. Let's see. Already I'm thinking this isn't enough room, because we probably want an output of that into a chest, or, well, eventually we're going to output it into an ME, and we can run all the conduits underground. Alright, let's just stick them all together for the moment, and then we'll see how it goes from there. And what do I still have? Oh, I've got some crafters I made up. I've got to show you guys those. They're awesome. And an induction smelter that we need to get down. And then, of course, power and... Right, so let's pop the... Just for manual mode right now, we'll pop the induction smelter here. I think we're going to put the... Oh, whoops, that's outside. Okay, I was going to say, I think we're going to put the power over here in the corner, but that's not going to work, so let's put it like here. Sure, that'll work. Okay, so induction smelter, we'll pop you right there, and crafters we'll deal with in a minute. Igneous extruder, you are going to need water and eventually lava. Let's just put you next to the Ender IO stuff for the moment. And we'll come back to you once we have some more stuff hooked up. I do have a thing for water that I haven't used before, so we'll play with that in a minute. Alright, so we got a furnace generator and a basic capacitor. And I want these guys up where I can access them for now at least, just so that I can easily add power and see how much power we've got. So let's just try something like that. And I'm actually going to make it all go through the cable, so let's turn that left side off. That side should be an input or none. See, sometimes you can make it none, and then it'll input output whatever, and sometimes you can't. I don't know why. So if you can't, you don't want disabled, because that just means it won't do anything. So anyway, whatever. We want to input from the furnace generator into this guy. Should we put it on top? We should, because that's like hidden in the corner. Alright, let's put you on top instead. Put you right there, and now we need to input from the top instead. Still can't do none, right? Alright, there we go. So you're going to input from up there. Again, we should use blocks of coal for you, not single coals. And that'll do 200,000 RF per block of coal, which means, yeah, we could do a block right now. Alright, yes, you have an output on the bottom. That's good. We want you to output to here, 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 here. And then we have to go this way because that's the outside world. So, alright, fine. That's okay. That's why we have a crawl space. There we go. And then that'll go to all of these. So everybody should have power now, right? Yes. Power. Well, you guys kept your power, of course. You don't need power. Oh yeah, you don't need power. We might move you somewhere else completely then. Alright, you got power. You're still powering up. 640 RF per tick is not exactly a ton of power, but it'll be enough for these guys here. Now, let's see, where's your max? Oh, you can do 400 RF per tick. Wow, forgot about that. So Magma Crucible is hungry, but the rest of these should be like, yeah, 40, 20, you know, nothing really exciting. And these guys with their upgrades do take a bit, 60 and, yeah, 60. If we upgrade those to octetic capacitors, it'll do a bit more. But yeah, now that these are down, we don't really want to move them around too much because every time you move them, you lose that power. The Ender IO ones are nicer because you don't lose that, but yeah. Alright, so let's go down here. Gonna grab our ore berry. I was actually going to automate that with an autonomous activator, but that takes power, and I didn't have any power set up, and blah 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 blah. That's how it goes, blah blah blah. Yes, I put the coal up there because I had more coal than would fit into the chest. So yeah, we'll have to automate that little guy and get our XP berries going. Alright, so you need almost 800, and you can store 1. So again, these are 200 each. So 2, 4, 6, 8. There. That should get us back to full power for the least amount of coal at the moment. Alright, we're going to leave you out for a minute. I want to set up these crafters. Let's look at these for a second. So if you look up crafter, there are a bunch of different options. And there's also the cyclic assembler. But there's an Ender IO crafter, which consumes power per operation. Yeah, if you build this thing and look it up, it's, I think, 2500 RF per craft. Sounds right. I did it in Sky Factory. There's a Mine Factory Reloaded Liquid Crafter, which I didn't build, which is actually a cool one. Then there's the progressive automation stuff, and then these RF tools ones seem to be like the best of the best so far. Anyway, so they're pretty easy to make. It's just a little bit of lapis and gold and iron, and then you upgrade it with crafting tables and redstone torches. The first one only holds 2 recipes, the second one holds 4, and the third one holds 8. But honestly, each upgrade is just the previous one plus crafting tables and redstone torches. So it's pretty freaking easy to upgrade them. One thought was to kind of stick them in the floor here, but I like the floor. Let's pop them down right here, actually, for the moment, at least. And by the way, I'm trying to leave the east and west mostly open, because I want to put some balconies or windows or something out here. I don't have to see exactly where I'm going to put those, but that's one of the ideas I had. Alright, let's try to do this again and not crash, hopefully. Yay, much better. Oh, that's right, I made 4 of them, didn't I? There we go. Pop you down and pop you down. So these guys are awesome. We're going to use them for early, yeah, I guess auto crafting, sure. So, I don't know, what can we do real quick? Here we go. One of the things actually they're really good for is making compressed cobblestone. And we might actually, yeah, we might do that with one of these. So if we wanted to, we could say this recipe, use all the items in every slot. We're going to keep it in the internal inventory, so keep it in this area instead of outputting here where we could pipe it out somewhere. We're going to say if you do 9 cobblestone, you're going to get compressed cobblestone. Apply that, bam, done. And once we have power, if we, let's see here. It's a little bit of a bugger because if I break that, and these don't work with micro blocks directly. They have the painting machine thing. We're going to have to work on the painting machine. Alright, well, for now, I don't have enough. Alright, I'll have to work on the painting machine so we can fix this up nicely. But for the moment, we're going to just pop this right here. Alright, and get you guys some power. How much do you even use? 50,000. Well, that's a bit. So that's worth another block of coal, since there's 4 of them. Alright, so now that you've got some power, and I think these use 100 RF per craft? Yeah, 100 RF for every craft, and it can do all 8 recipes at once. So 100 RF for all 8 of them if you have something that takes up 8 slots. Anyway, we just throw some cobblestone in there. It uses this recipe and immediately turns it into compressed cobblestone. So there you go. And these aren't actually cobble, they're just images. Right, so we can make cobble to compress to double to triple to whatever all the way down, and it works pretty nicely. So those are some really nice ones. Packrat found that, and I have to re-thank him for that, I think. Alright, so we need some water, and you don't need power, so let's get you away from the power. You do need, yes, you do need water and eventually lava, Now with Ender.io we can actually transport multiple liquids together, and if I were to say have you output here to this side, you know, you're not the best cobble gen. You can make stone, and more importantly you can make obsidian, which is what I want to make with it instead of having to dig it up. But you're kind of a crummy cobble gen. You're really, well, you're slow unless we put some augments in, and then you're not bad. Extra utilities, transfer pipes are still better, but hey, you know, we can start here. Sure, why not? Okay, so let's go downstairs. Somewhere I've got a block broken out. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to get painted too, aren't you? Yep, alright. Well, it's either that or I have to go down to this level and then go back up, which, you know, just takes more conduits. Either way. Okay, so we want you to bring in water. And where should we do water? I think it's going to get really tight around the edges out here, so let's do water more in the middle. So I found these reservoirs from Ender.io. Have not used them before, but you place them in a 2x2x1, add 2 buckets of water, and then it becomes an infinite water source. So we're going to try that. Well, actually I already tried it when I crafted them just to see how it worked, and yeah, it does exactly what it says. So put that together, and then boom, multi-block. So we need 2 buckets of water. Let's pop outside and use our lovely buckety mode. Let's see, I've got water over here. Buckety mode mechanism tank. 1 bucket, 2 bucket. And of course you could fill that up, but I don't really need a tank. Whoa, hi. A tank full of water at the moment, so there we go. Now, can we dump into you? Yes. Sometimes the oh, it sent it all in? It did. Sometimes bucket mode works into inventories like that, and sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't, you just turn bucket mode off, set it on the ground, and use an actual bucket. But yeah, now we have an infinite water source, and it makes 1 bucket per second. Is that good? I don't know. Right click with a wrench to enable auto output. Okay. Huh. However, that does mean I now need, I don't have any materials up here. We need some form of liquid transport. Now, the thermal expansion stuff used to be the way to go, but they changed it, so now the basic ones are temperate only, which is fine for water, but if we try to put that stuff, okay, copper and glass, so that's super easy. That's fine for water, we could do that. If we try to put lava in it, it will blow up the pipes, which is not fun. Additionally, these are just pipes. They don't pump water, so you would actually need to add a servo to it as well. Servo or retriever or something. Although if that can auto output, maybe we don't need that. Maybe I'll do this right now just because it's easy. Then we need to do the hardened ones, which take invar and hardened glass / fused quartz / whatever else. Then these actually can transfer lava. But what we actually want, I don't think I can make this yet. Well, I don't think I have enough to bother, or yeah, anyway. So Ender.io, these basic fluid conduits are crap. Don't make these. They're terrible. Flow respects gravity, which means it won't go up, which is what we want it to do. Additionally, if you run them horizontally, like you go out of a tank, then go horizontally, and then go down, you'll get a bunch of liquid stuck in this horizontal section. It's really, really bad. But they're easy to make. You just need clear glass, which Ender.io makes. Unfortunately, the pressurized ones are a bit harder to make. You need fused quartz, which takes a whole bunch of nether quartz, which is annoying. But these are actually pretty good. What we want to do, though, is get to these ender fluid conduits, because these will actually, well, I think they're faster. Let's see. Yeah, 100, 400, and then 200, 800. These are faster, but you can also have multiple fluids. So we can actually transport lava and water up to that igneous extruder at the same time in the same pipe. Now, what would that take? We've got bonder. We can make a little bit of fused quartz. I've got some nether. quartz. Vibrant alloy. What's that going to take? Energetic alloy and an ender pearl. We actually have some energetic alloy, don't we? Yes. I don't know where I got it. Probably out of a chest. But this normally takes redstone, gold, and glowstone. So, and 10,000 RF. So it's kind of a little bit of a pain to make, but we have some, and we have ender pearls. So let's make one batch of these and we'll be good to go. Oh, it only takes nuggets. So just one ingot will be fine. Do we have... Yes, we've got you. And we've got... Let's see, shift. Yes, you to get one of them. And then we need to alloy smelter it because we have machines now. It's amazing. Put you two in it and... Whoops. Okay, so it smelted the ender pearl instead of doing the alloy. So we need to make it go alloy only, or I think if you put this in first and then put the ender pearl in it would work, but did not realize smelting an ender pearl was a thing. I guess, you know, every mod pack's different and you should always check that, but I did not. So there we go. Alright, let's try this again. Now can we do the thing? There we go. Took them both in and now we should get a vibrant doomajiggy. That's what we wanted. Vibrant doomajiggy. Give it to me. There we go. Nice. And this is like the third tier or top tier whatever metal in Ender IO, so we'll be doing lots with this shortly. Alright, that. Oh, and we need quite clear glass, so I think it's a dozen. Ooh. Alright, it should be 8 to make 2. I was going to say a dozen. It can do 3 at a time, so a dozen would make 3. And obviously we're going to have to move storage up here. Well, we're going to have to move storage into a... I never understand why it doesn't do all 8, because it can do them, but whatever. We're going to have to move storage in the ME system, so we're going to have to do once, you know, we build an ME system. But anyway, why am I doing that? I can just do this. There we go. Walking around on the ground as a freaking crow. We need a jetpack too, because I'm tired of being in. This is not how you make this at all. Ender... No, here we go. Wait, what? The heck did I look up? I looked up something that needed nuggets of ender vibrant alloy. Well, whatever. We still got enough to make one. I don't know what the heck I looked up earlier. Okay, mouse, work with me here. Thank you. I think I need to clean off my mouse pad again. Alright, ender fluid conduit. Yay, let's try to get this placed. And then that's going to be plenty for an episode, I'm sure, guys. So, we're finally getting somewhere with some machines and whatnot. The only problem I got is once these are in place, we're not going to be able to actually get past them. So I may want to move all this, but for the moment, let's put it there. So I can't, you know, I can't get under or above it in this form. I can go out and go all the way around it, but maybe what I want to do is move this up against the wall after all and get that out. Anyway, so do you have water now? Yay, you have water now. Alright, last thing. Actually, I know what we need to do. Last thing. Oh, right, there's no there's no elevator there on this floor. That's the secret floor that nobody gets to. Can you... I don't think you can bucket mode this, can you? No. And you can't... Right, we need an actual bucket, which is probably in here. And full of water, of course it is. Where can I put you for a moment? That won't work. Alright, whatever. Just go right there for a second. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. And make cobble. Yay, cobblestone gen, which is not really a very good cobblestone gen, but it's something. Where are you outputting to? You are outputting over here. Oh, cool. Alright, well, there we go. We have automated compressed cobble again, because we hadn't already done that downstairs, but there we go. We got our first compressed cobble. Just to show, I guess, now we can select the second one, and again say keep it in the internal inventory, and we can say if you do 9 of those, that becomes double compressed cobblestone. So again, with 8 recipes, you can go all the way up to octuple compressed right in one inventory. 100 RF per craft, so not that big a deal. Can you turn this off? I don't know any way to turn it off. Oh, right here. Redstone. On to activate. So if we don't want to be compressing cobblestone for the moment, which again I don't have any reliable source of power yet, even 100 RF per tick, 100 RF per craft is not much, but I have no need to compress cobblestone at the moment, so we're just gonna leave that off for now. We can let it generate, but we're good. Alright, how are we doing over here? And last check before we're done for the day. You need 250,000. You need 100,000, and you're good. You got one block going and another one in queue. So, like I said, we're gonna have to make a painting machine next, and go around and paint all the blocks that are missing here, so that we have a nice floor to stand on. Let me just look this up. And I think it's a little bit of a pain. Oh right, electrical steel, right, because I couldn't make that right off the bat. But now we can, because we can induction smelt it, alloy smelt it, whatever. So not a big deal. So I'll get the painter made up and get the floor fixed. And I think it makes facades or something. I don't remember exactly what, but basically they are blocks specifically intended to cover up the Ender IO cables. And I guess I didn't show this just in case you've never seen this before, because it's amazing. And the real reason we're using Ender IO cables is we can put all 3 cables in the same space. So that's power and fluid in the same space. We can also put item ducts in the same space and be able to transport fluid, items, and power all within one space, instead of having to have power coming down the bottom and fluids coming in from the back and items coming up from the top and blah blah blah. So there you go. We want all of that. Why did you not give me those back? They probably ported up, probably popped up above ground. Anyway, whatever. I will find them. Probably, maybe I may have to break all that, get it back, but I will find those and get that fixed up. But that's it for this episode, folks. I hope to find some time to come back here and work more on this shortly. Oh yeah, they are still there because it's got these funny little... Alright, I turned off the connections, but I didn't actually remove the items. There we go. Oh, be careful where you click. Alright guys, talk to you next time. Later.